We're about to go live. All right, welcome to the second ever Wrestle Stream podcast. I am Matthew. Here with me is Jumper. Say what's up.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm talking to him through PS Discord or anything. So we have a bunch of shit to talk about this week when it comes to wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about our Elimination Chamber review first, though, to start things off. If we're going to start anything off right, we have to start with the Elimination Chamber.
Correct. That's very correct.
Yeah. We're going to start with the pre-show with Viking Raiders defeating Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. We're going to start with that match. I rated that match. What did I rate it? 1.75 stars.
Well, mostly because it was a squash,
Yeah, squash matches don't deserve more than that. Squash matches are very much shit most of the time.
Most of the time, you mean
all of the time, yeah. Sorry. Then we had Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak in a great match, actually.
They really tore the house down.
Yeah, they did. We're going to discuss more about that match later because a certain thing happened during that match. Yeah, we're going to discuss about that. That was a really good match. I rated that like 3.75 stars, that match. It was 14 minutes. Maybe if it was like 20 minutes, I would have given it 5. Then we had the United States title, which was Andrade and Humberto. Andrade retaining. I rated that 3.25.
Well, that match...
It wasn't really their best.
Yeah, I give it 3 stars.
You give it 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I give it...
It's like... I could always predict the ending with those. I don't see Humberto winning that title.
I don't see him winning the belt anytime soon.
Yeah.
And then we had the SmackDown Elimination Chamber match, which was a good match. I thought it was good, at least.
The tag team?
Yeah.
Lindsay Dorado really,
Yeah.
my thoughts about him.
That shooting star off the top of the chamber. Although that did take him out the match. Like, indefinitely.
It wasn't the smartest move, but it was the coolest move in the chamber.
Yeah, I rated that 4.5. What'd you rate it?
That is it. I'll give it a 4.6.
4.6? All right.
Yeah.
Then we had Aleister Black and AJ Styles in a no DQ match. I rated that 4.
Yeah, those guys are great in the ring.
And Undertaker, what really took some points off, it was originally 4.25, but Undertaker's appearance took points off because I thought the match was fine without him. So, It's always great to see The Undertaker, but he ruined what was a great match, kind of.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
OC was kind of...
Yeah, the OC did interfere, which another problem I had in the match, because it was a no DQ match. Why didn't they interfere from the start?
I don't know why they waited till the very end.
Yeah. And then we have the Raw tag team titles.
That match was okay.
Yeah, I gave it 3.75 because for some reason Montez Ford fucking sold it to me.
Montez Ford gets so much hype with that frog splash.
Yeah, he gets so much hype, man. He's fucking great. Also, Kevin Owens' interference took like 0.1 point off. It was really originally 3.85. However, Kevin Owens brought it down a bit. Then we get the match I rated 2.5, which was Cesaro, Sammy, and Shinsuke defeating Braun Strowman for the Intercontinental title. Sammy picking up the title. That match was like 8 minutes, man.
Sammy deserves that title.
Yeah, this was his first main roster title. Like, he didn't even win the tag titles before this. This is his first main roster belt.
Yeah, WWE didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say they might as well release him someplace else.
Yeah, but yeah, for a long time, Sammy's been like a hype man for the last year, so.
Yeah, but now he's finally got his moment to shine once again.
Yeah. And then we get to the controversial match that people on Twitter started calling the worst chamber match, which I don't agree with. I don't agree this is the worst chamber match. Yeah, the women's chamber. I don't agree this is the worst chamber match. Here's the reason why. I've seen two worst chamber matches in my life. I sat watching the Intercontinental Championship chamber match, which was dreadful. That was like the worst chamber match in my life that I've ever seen. And then we get to ECW December to Dismember. Those two chamber matches were awful. And people are going to call this the worst chamber.
A squash chamber.
Yeah, it was a squash, but not the worst chamber match.
Look, Morgan took some bad bumps.
Yeah, she did take bad bumps. And also the pervert's got a good shot of her butt being squashed in between the chamber.
Well,
those fucking perverts.
Danny Bryan.
Yeah, we'll discuss that more after we review the rest of these shows from this week. Next up, we're going to review Raw, where Rey Mysterio beat Angel Garza. I didn't really watch most of Raw. I watched like the end of it. I caught the end of it, which was I only caught when Edge returned. That's when I turned it on.
Edge hitting the RKO.
Yeah, and then I saw the rest of the highlights on YouTube. While the rest of the shows, I did watch the full thing. And then Bobby Lashley defeated Zack Ryder in a nothing match. Also, where was Lana? Was she there?
You know what? I don't remember and I don't care.
Yeah, who cares? McIntyre beats Rowan, which was obvious. McIntyre's going for Lesnar. He had to win. Then we got the Kabuki Warriors beating Liv Morgan and Natalya thanks to assist from a brawling Sarah Logan and Ruby Riott. And yeah, your reaction was just like mine.
You know, I just don't really care about Raw anymore, you know. Like, I'm glad Edge is back, you know. That's something I could probably watch for.
Yeah, Edge being back really sold the show from being dreadful. Then after that, Riddick Moss burying more talent. This time in Cedric Alexander.
Even AEW treated the man better.
He wasn't even in AEW.
Yeah, exactly.
His wife's in AEW. We'll get to that session from AEW in a bit. Trust me, we will. And then after that, we had Edge's return, which was fucking phenomenal. I loved that segment. That was the best segment of Raw. Yeah. Edge being on Raw and actually telling Randy to fucking grow a set. Like, he didn't even come out for like a retirement speech. He just went straight to the point, like, Randy, get your ass out here and let's fight.
Back in that segment, we must say RIP MVP. You know.
Yes.
He did that spear pretty bad.
And last week we said RIP Matt Hardy. No, like a few weeks ago we said RIP Matt Hardy. He got a concerto right out to WWE.
Yeah, that kind of murdered him. You know?
Yeah. And now we get Aleister Black and Seth Rollins, a match ruined via disqualification.
Could have been a great one. It was good.
Yeah. And then we got The Experiment, which is my term for Rollins, AOP, and Buddy Murphy. Or Murphy now. Beating the Viking Raiders and Street Profits, proving the Viking Raiders are nothing but a buried duo at this point.
I mean, I'm glad to see Buddy Murphy make it to the top, though.
Yeah, like, Buddy Murphy is a great wrestler. He is. He's just not been used properly since his main roster call-up. Then
his Aleister Black feud was one of the best feuds
Now, I know you don't watch Impact, but so I'm going to just sum up Impact, all right? So, next we have Impact Wrestling, which was Tuesday. Rhino beat Madman Fulton, and then OVE attacked Rhino after the match, and then the lights went out, and then Sabu came out of nowhere and actually saved Rhino. Sabu saved Rhino from an attack from OVE, which I tweeted Sabu on Impact. And then Tessa Blanchard cut a promo. And then the Rascals beat the Desi Hit Squad.
I like the Rascals.
Yeah, they're great. And then RVD's Divorce Revenge Tour backstage segment, which didn't even lead to RVD having a match. Instead, I forgot his name, interrupted RVD, and then Joey Ryan challenged the guy who interrupted the segment to a match for next week.
You know, when I first heard about him, Maddie, I never expected Joey Ryan to go to Impact.
Yeah, well, he was in Impact in the past, so.
He was.
Yeah. And then we had a Tenelle Dashwood vignette for her possible return. Or has she been off Impact for a long time, really? Shit. Then we had the Knockouts Championship match between Jordan Grace defeating Lacey Ryan, which was not that great, but it was all right. Then Chris Sabin making an appearance. And I have to emphasize this, gets interrupted by, you thought Bobby Lashley was the most confused man on earth? Moose is now the most confused man on earth. Because he was like, I'm going to pin everyone. And then Chris Sabin had to discuss the rules to Moose. And then Moose was like, what type of match? Who booked this shit? Moose is fucking funny. He was funny in that segment. Then we got a Taya Valkyrie meltdown. And then Rosemary and Tyler Valkyrie had a conversation. And then Johnny Swinger and Glenn Gilberti fought Willie Mack in what was supposed to be a handicap match because Willie Mack said his only tag partner is Rich Swann. And then Ace Austin, the X Division champion, comes out and starts teaming with Willie Mack, and Willie Mack and Ace Austin pick up the win. Which I guess wrestling allows the interference if they decide to be a tag partner. And then Jessica Havoc was attacked by Sue Young and put in the coffin.
Jessica Havoc?
Yeah, Havoc being spelled with a K instead of the C.
Oh.
And then Glenn and Swinger argue and possibly break up, and possibly leading to a match next week. And then Eddie Edwards and Michael Elgin, which could have been the winner for match of the week. However, it had to be ruined by a damn no contest. Now, this was part of their best of 5 series, and they both had 2 points each, and it ended in no contest. And after the match, Tessa Blanchard, who is the Impact World Champion, just announces that, hey, I don't care about the outcome of this match. I'll fight you both. Which, now I know you watch NXT, right?
Yes.
So we're starting off with Keith Lee defeating Cameron Grimes, which we'll get more to that later during our weekly awards. And then Lee was attacked by Damian Priest, and then Dominic came out to save him. And then Dominic took a spirit bomb.
Because Keith Lee didn't know what hit him.
Yeah. And then Mia Yim fought to beat Dakota Kai to qualify for that ladder match. And then we got a Killer Cross video package. We got a Killer Cross vignette, meaning he's coming soon.
Once he makes it to NXT.
Yeah.
It's
good
for everybody.
Yeah. Then Kushida beat Roel Mendoza in a great match, actually, and ended with a cool spot, which was a cross armbar off the top rope. I love that spot. Also, might have we announced that NXT took place not at Full Sail, but in the Performance Center this time around?
Yeah, so did SmackDown.
Yeah, we're going to get to that in a bit. Don't worry.
I want to get to that.
Then Charlotte attacked Rhea, and even big booted her in high heels. How the fuck do you do that? Apparently Charlotte did it. And made it look fucking easy. And then Tegan Nox beat Deonna Purrazzo. And then Velveteen Dream challenged Adam Cole.
I don't want Adam Cole to lose the title, but I feel like it might happen. It just might.
It will. And then notice how every member of the Undisputed Era lost their titles except Adam. He's losing the belt. And then we have the Broserweights defeating the Undisputed Era in a fantastic match for the NXT tag titles. Highly recommend you watch this match. This match was fucking great. And then we get to a brawl immediately after the match between Ciampa and Gargano, which was epic.
Ciampa taking that Shawn Michaels and
Eric crashed through the announcer's table. Yeah, that was fun.
No.
And then, went right through the window.
Yeah.
No, that was a bump. That was Marty Jannetty who went through.
Yeah, I'm saying.
And then we get to AEW, which Adam Pearce cuts a promo with more hints of a heel turn.
He doesn't like the Elite. He doesn't want to be a part of the Elite.
Yeah, then Cody defeated Ortiz, but the real highlight was during the match where you like this guy is the client of Jake Roberts.
As expected.
However, I don't really think Lance Archer needs a manager.
He really doesn't.
I thought his gimmick was kill everybody. If Jake gets in his way, Jake Roberts is dying. I like Jake Roberts. I met Jake Roberts. He was awesome. And then we get to... And Jake Roberts also fantastic at cutting promos. Still great, even at his age. We knew this. Then the Inner Circle brutalized Nick Jackson.
It looked like he died.
Yeah, I saw blood coming out the man's mouth.
Yeah, this man was crushed.
Who's going to replace him in the War Games match in a few weeks?
Don't they got to replace Kenny as well?
No, Kenny will be healed up. Then we get B. Priestley and Nyla Rose defeating Chris Statlander and Hiroku Hikaru Shida. Which, I'm sorry, but she should just be the champion at this point. She does fucking fantastic. I don't really like Nyla Rose that much.
Yeah, I don't.
I think she's overrated.
I want B. Priestley to win.
Yeah, we have so much women's talent, and they give it to someone who the crowd are not fond of. I mean, I get it. They have a transgender as women's champion, all right, but
that's cool and all.
She's boring.
And plus it's actual women, one of the women's title.
And then B. Priestley just starts stomping on Nyla Rose and just leaves.
Yeah, that means, if she gets a shot, I want her to win. I love B.
Yeah, but they're trying to build Nyla Rose as a monster champion. But in my opinion, monsters should not be champions. They should just be there to kill people.
Look what happened to Braun Strowman, man. He won the championship, had it for a few weeks?
Yeah, and then lost to the Sammy. And then we get Dark Order Sucks promo. That Christopher Daniels is fucking awesome.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, and then we get Butcher and the Blade and MJF defeating the Jurassic Express. We'll get into that match more later, trust me. Now, then we get a Darby Allin vignette, where another edgy little vignette. And now we get into the exchange of insults from Britt Baker and the Big Swole. All right, so Britt Baker basically said, the only person wrestling cares about in your household is your boyfriend, to Big Swole. And then
the Big Swole responded saying,
I'm married, baby.
She even put up the hand signs.
Yeah.
People popped for that one.
Yeah, and then we get the Death Triangle defeating Joey Janela and Private Party, which...
I love the Death Triangle so far.
Yeah, and then Best Friends and Orange Cassidy confronted them, kind of.
Best Friends, my favorite tag team of all time.
Yeah. And then Shawn Spears is searching for a partner, and the biggest pop, I think, of that segment was the pop for Simon Miller. From What Culture, right?
Simon Miller.
Imagine he gets teamed up with fucking Shawn Spears.
Yeah, Simon Miller ain't a bad wrestler, you know.
Yeah, and then we get a John Moxley interview, which was because he's not at the show. And then Adam Page and Dustin Rhodes beat Jericho and Sammy Guevara, which I was expecting them to lose, kind of. Also, earlier, like yesterday, I saw a tweet that Hangman posted saying that he will no longer, because of the coronavirus, he will no longer be accepting beer from fans.
Sadly.
And then the Inner Circle and the Elite got into a brawl. And then we get to SmackDown, which we have to emphasize took place at the Performance Center, and there was no audience. It was an empty arena show. And all the wrestlers were even discussing how weird it was filming a show without an audience.
Yeah, they was talking to Jack Nobody.
Yeah. And I have to roast the mic usage, all right? There is no one in the arena. No crowd, just the wrestlers and the commentators. You don't need microphones.
It could have been a whole show of matches.
Just use the echo. And then Bayley and Sasha beat Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross with Asuka's interference.
The only thing I need to say
Paige was announced for the show. She never showed up.
Where was Paige?
Yeah, where was Paige? Sasha and Bayley even discussed this, which apparently people caught this, but while the commercial breaks were going on, the wrestlers were taking breaks as well. While the commercial breaks were going on, because no crowd, we can just continue. We'll just continue when they say, "All right, we're going back on." Then we had Roman Reigns interview about Goldberg. Then Sami Zayn cutting a promo, kinda. Then Jeff Hardy's promo was interrupted by King Corbin, who himself was interrupted by Elias. Jeff Hardy challenged King Corbin to a match for later tonight. And then we get a recap of Elimination Chamber. We were set to get one. And then Daniel Bryan starts complimenting Drew Gulak backstage, which I would have preferred another match between them.
You know, I'm glad about that Daniel Bryan, Drew Gulak rivalry going on right now because, you know, no flippy stuff.
Yeah, just technical wrestling. If you wanted a Zack Sabre Jr. versus Zack Sabre Jr. match, here you go at this point. This is WWE's equivalent to that. This is WWE's equivalent to the best technical wrestling is Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak.
Zack Sabre versus Zack Sabre.
And then Sami Zayn interrupted that, and then we get a replay of the entire match of the SmackDown Tag Title Chamber. And then the Dirt Sheet started cutting a promo.
Don't call them that. That's just the name of their show.
Yeah, well.
If you calling them a Dirt Sheet kind of sounds...
Also, I think I should probably point this out, but throughout the show, it's just Triple H is bullying Michael Cole. Because the commentary duo, they didn't have Corey Graves or whoever else was there. It was just Michael Cole and Triple H as commentators. And Triple H bullied Michael Cole the whole time. And Mojo even confirmed that, well, we're going to talk about that later. And then Triple H and Mojo started bullying Cole again. And Michael Cole even said this is reminiscent of when DX bullied him back in the 90s. That was funny. Triple H is good at doing comedy, putting comedy in his wrestling when it's just him. Then we get a Daniel Bryan match in Cesaro, which was ended in DQ. By the way, Drew Gulak was in Bryan's corner. Also, we have to talk about Jeff Hardy's new move.
Wait, so basically, they're cool now?
Yeah, apparently. Ended via DQ. And now we have to talk about Jeff Hardy's new move. This was the main event. Hardy beat King Corbin. Yeah, Hardy beat King Corbin. Twist of Fury, which is just a twist of fate, but instead of RKO version, it's a neck breaker.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
I thought it was stupid. Then
I think it's just the way he sold it.
Yeah. Then John Cena had an interview that was interrupted by Bray Wyatt.
I mean, he was like, "Oh, I heard the things you said," and of course he heard the things he said. No one else was in the arena.
Yeah, of course. And then we get to our weekly awards, right?
Sounds about right.
So we get to Heat of the Week. Who has the most heat this week? And I gave it to Shayna Baszler. She had, after Chamber, she had more heat with the fans than anyone.
People walk out of there.
Yeah, I had to start arguing with people on Twitter. I don't know if you noticed. And then this week, I'm going to have to try and find more people to get this category, because if I don't, then this one person just going to get this award. And it's Yeet Moment of the Week. Who just yeeted someone the best? And I gave it to Keith Lee.
He's always eating people.
Yeah. Angelo Dawkins can yeet Murphy pretty good, but Keith Lee just got the best yeet this week. And then we get to Savage of the Week, which is probably going to be the same person every week as well. Oh, we're going to give it to Aubrey Edwards. Savage of the Week goes to Aubrey Edwards, right?
Yes, Aubrey Edwards.
Yeah, so during the MJF match, he was holding on to Butcher and Blade while having a submission locked in on who was it? Jungle Boy? And Aubrey Edwards was like 1, 2, and then kicked the arms, and MJF fell and hit his head on.
Oh shit.
And it's basically the same thing Jumper just did.
What the?
Then we get to Job of the Week, which is not an award you want. This is not that, and Heat of the Week is not an award you want. Job of the Week sadly goes to Cedric Alexander.
Why?
Because he was just jobbed out to fucking Riddick Moss.
Why did they do this to Cedric?
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve it.
Promo of the Week, in my opinion, goes to Gargano. A Match of the Week goes to Broseweight's and Undisputed Era, because that was a fantastic match. And then Story of the Week. This could be a story from like back then or now.
Oh my god.
So, Jumper, you all right?
Yeah.
All right, now we get to Story of the Week, which could be from like back then or now. So here we go. So the year is 1999. It's time for the Royal Rumble, right? And Dan Severn's backstage, and someone who is in charge of like doing stories that decides to make decides that for this brilliant idea. He goes up to Dan Severn's like, "Hey, we're gonna have you tattoo 666 on your forehead because you're gonna be one of Undertaker's disciples." Dan Severn lives in like a small town, right? So he's like, "No, I live in a small town. What will they think? I can't go back to my small town with a tattoo of 666 on my head." And then the guy was like, "Well, there could be consequences. We can make you lose on purpose." Dan Severn just went, "Well, you can ask me to lose. Because I can go out in that Rumble right now and turn this fantasy into a reality." Meaning, he was going to shoot on all the entrants in the Rumble that year. Because I don't know if you noticed, but Dan Severn's a former UFC fighter. He could kill a man. He was going to shoot on everyone that year. And because of Dan Severn basically was like, "Hey, remember my contract? I don't have to lose. I can win whenever I want." All right, now we get to the main topics this week. We said we were going to come full circle back to the Chamber. We're coming back full circle to the Chamber with Daniel Bryan's wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, yeah. He got a bit ballsy in that match.
Yeah, so the move was Drew Gulak was supposed to go for like a reverse suplex off the top rope. The move hit, but while the move was getting executed, one of Dan Bryan's balls fell out, and It was like...
The sad part about it is that they had so much good shots of it.
Yeah.
That it was hard to miss.
I bet they're going to probably censor it when they find out about it on the network. If they haven't already censored it.
If they haven't already.
Then we weren't going to talk about that for a long time. So we're going to go right to the Revival. Rumor has it they are not being paid. They haven't been on shows in weeks because they're trying to wait out their contracts so they can jump ship to AEW. So they're trying to wait out the contracts. So the Revival just stayed home, meaning they were replaced Chamber with Lucha House Party.
You know, I'm glad that happened. Lucha House Party forever, man.
Yeah, but rumor has it, even though they're still under contract, they're not being paid. Meaning, I don't know why aren't they being paid?
Come on, he has kids, man.
Yeah, they're still under contract. They need to be paid to live. This is just a rumor, but yeah. Then we get to our next topic. AEW stars allowed indie dates. Which
I know who exactly was excited for that.
Yeah, Joey Janela was excited for that.
Joey Janela, yep.
Joey Janela getting indie dates. Pac, Britt Baker got indie date. Orange Cassidy is getting indie dates. Janela is getting indie dates. They're all getting indie dates. And Joey Janela said, I am only going to be on AEW if I'm asked to be on AEW. So, meaning he's, at this point, full-time indie guy.
That's basically what he said.
Yeah. And we've already heard things about AEW stars allowed to be on indie promotions outside of America, but now they're allowed go to indie dates inside of America. Which is a good thing. Get them more exposure. And AEW got them exposure, and now whenever these indie dates come up, a lot of people are going to show up. However, we're going to get into that a little bit more because of the current circumstances. But right now, we're going to talk about AEW's 6-star match, which was back at Revolution, which was Adam Page and Kenny Omega versus the Young Bucks. That Meltzer rated that 6 stars. Do you think it was a good idea for him to give it 6 stars, Jumper?
I mean, yes. I already gave it 6 stars once I seen the Motor City Machine Guns tribute, so, you know.
All right.
I had to.
And now we get to a big problem wrestling for one company, that being the NWA, and why they're having such issues bringing in, they're having a lot of problems recently, the NWA. And in my opinion, the NWA is having these problems because they don't have a lot of fans because of they don't have the right opponent believable enough to beat Nick Aldis.
I mean,
because Nick Aldis is their NWA champion, and he's held it for almost 500 days, if not probably already 500 days. And his reign, his 2 title reigns was supposed to be 1 title reign, but Cody had to win it all in. And 30 days after he won it, he lost it back to Nick Aldis, meaning Aldis wasn't supposed to lose it in the first place. Cody just held it because Dusty held it. Then we get to WWE signing Rob Gronkowski.
or
Possibly signing him. Now, here's why I think it shouldn't happen.
Because he's going to be green as hell.
That, and we need less annoying people on the roster. And we need less people associated with Mojo Rawley. God damn it. Mojo Rawley is a stain on the wrestling industry.
That's what he has on his chest, man. He has a stain.
That's basically what his ring gear is. All right, and also with we go back to what we were talking about, the AEW indie dates and the problems with that being wrestling events being canceled due to the coronavirus.
It's ruining everything, man. It's
ruining
everything.
It's ruining a bunch. Like, AEW canceled their Rochester show, and WWE canceled their Detroit show and brought it to the Performance Center.
They canceled it in my hometown, New York, because we have coronavirus. Man, it's not our fault, man.
Yeah, it's fucking China's fault for bringing that shit over here.
Hey, you can't say some things on your... You can't say those things, man.
Well, I just did. And now I can't
God.
take it back because now it's out on the internet. So.
Yep. Matty Cage says something very controversial.
Yeah, but literally, where did it start? China, right?
Yeah.
Wherever it started, it's their fault that it's over here.
It was China.
Yeah.
China.
A bunch of indie feds have gotten canceled, including in the Tampa Bay area. Meaning the possibility of WrestleMania being canceled. Or postponed.
You never
Yeah,
they... A few weeks with the coronavirus.
Yeah, Tampa Bay is trying to, like, cancel events with 250 or more people. Which NXT, which usually is in Orlando, like, or Full Sail, was brought to the Performance Center, and then SmackDown was brought to the Performance Center from Detroit, only to be an empty arena show. Which, in my opinion, was the best SmackDown show since moving to Fox.
Imagine one day you're just like at a NXT event and you hear one cough, then you hear two coughs, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Imagine being one of the trainees that were supposed to go to the Performance Center on Wednesday. And like, hey, what's going on? Oh, yeah, training's canceled. We have NXT tonight. Oh, cool. And then you leave, and then you're like, hey, I thought we were training today on Thursday. And they're like, oh, we're canceling training because Friday we're filming SmackDown here. And it's going to be an empty arena show.
Can the Performance Center trainees be in the crowd? No.
No.
Okay.
You people are infected probably.
Yeah, you have Kushida among you. Wow.
Wow. You're going to really make that joke, Jumper?
He's Japanese. Come on. I was just saying, you have an Asian among you. They have a couple of Asians. Oh, they do have a Chinese superstar. Isn't that Boa? Oh, well.
Oh, Xia Li.
Oh. Hopefully they didn't go back home and come back. Okay, I can't say these things.
Yeah, we're live, pal. You just said these things live. I can't edit this.
What can I say?
You just fucked yourself.
Of course, this was a hypothetical thing. You know, Vince McMahon has said nigga once. I think that ought to get the heat off me.
Yeah, but now it's brought right back on you because you said it.
Oh, nigga?
See, stop saying that!
I can get away with it. I'm black.
All right. Now we're going to be going to Tampa Bay officials actually meeting with Vince McMahon. Which, I don't want to be in the same room as an angry Vince McMahon and you're trying to cancel WrestleMania. I do not want to be in the same room as that man.
Look, it's going to go down like this. So
we're going to cancel Mania.
We're going to have to cancel Mania. What the fuck you say?
We ain't canceling nothing.
No. I invested a bunch of money in this show. We're going to do it.
Yeah, like, you can't cancel his baby.
This show has been going on for possibly 50 years. And you're saying that you're going to cancel it? No. Over some coronavirus.
You think I'm scared?
You think I'm scared of the Carolina virus?
The Carolina virus, you meant. Bro, you're a madman.
No, I'm saying that's how you probably say it because, you know, old people.
God damn you. Gonna really do that to poor old Vince.
Carolina, Corona, whatever it's called.
Fuck it.
Doesn't matter.
We're continuing with Mania. Whether you like it or not. Like, here's why I don't think Mania's getting canceled. Vince McMahon, the madman that he is, ran a show continued a show after Owen Hart's death. Owen Hart died at Over the Edge back in 1999. And after that, he continued the show. You think a stupid virus is going to make him cancel Mania?
Exactly.
I mean, Mania getting canceled is probably the least of his problems. No, that's a major problem for him. And that's not even the reason why he freaked out back at HQ. We're going to get to that in a bit. Trust me.
Stop eating the plastic bag. Those are banned in New York. So my
What?
dad was eating a plastic bag, and those are banned in New York.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
plastic bags are banned in New York.
When did they ban them?
They did it back in the beginning of March. Because, plastic bags bad for the environment.
Like this year?
Yeah.
Oh, so then I wasn't living in New York anymore at that time. I moved.
When I use it, go shower and go to gym.
Yeah.
But use the plastic
I
bags
jumped
in
ship.
for you.
Now we get to Vince McMahon's major freak out. Now, the reason why he freaked out at HQ was because not of the corona. He didn't freak out because of that, which is shocking because he freaks out about everything. He freaked out because a picture surfaced on Twitter, Instagram. And you know what that was a picture of? It was a picture of Cain Velasquez and Ronda Rousey at HQ.
That's right, man. He's going ape shit.
Yeah, and they're basically exposing their return. They basically exposed the fact that they're returning.
Hey guys, you're back. What the fuck you saying? You're not back. You're not back.
Yeah, you're not coming back just yet.
You can't say it. You can't tell your stop.
If you would have done that to Vince back then, imagine back in I believe it was the late 90s when Nash and Hall, or no, early 90s when Nash and Hall were about to jump ship. What people did was actually take pictures of the they took pictures. The fans took pictures of the I forgot what it was. The curtain call. Remember the curtain call?
Yep.
Fans took pictures, and Vince blamed his son-in-law, soon-to-be son-in-law.
Triple H, you dumb bitch.
Hunter, you're not winning the King of the Ring. You're not winning.
Oh, man.
Shut up. All right. Now, what do you want to talk about in the wrestling world at the moment? What's going on Twitter right now? Now, we're going to discuss Triple H's demotion right now. Because if you guys don't know, Triple H got demoted recently. He was head of talent relations, and now he's not. Meaning, we won't get big names signed. Instead, we're just going to get big guys signed instead of big names.
My biggest fear.
Hey, Jumper, who's Frosty Drafts? And why'd you say when you said, should I post lose?
Oh, shit.
That was literally the top tweet I have right here on Twitter. I open up Twitter and that's the first thing I see.
Don't worry about it, man. That's my friend Mason there.
Why are you asking your friend for nudes?
Nah, I think you misread that.
Or lewds, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you said nudes, that's yeah.
Tampa Bay officials addressed the status of WrestleMania 36. NoDQ.com.
Replies to Frosty Drafts. I sent him a Twitter link, and you don't want to click on that.
All right. So no so far. So
as the botch guy once said, AEW.
they have their fair share of botches.
Fair share. They always botch it. No.
Oh, what's this? A jumper. New Evo Wrestling canceled their March 15th show. Oh, wait, that's good for me because CAW Live is also that same day. CAW Reloaded is that same day. Which is tomorrow. They canceled the show because of the corona. But since mine is a video game show,
ruining everything.
Since mine's a video game show, I can do whatever I want. Coronavirus doesn't exist in that world. What are you talking about?
All you see is that you could get it from
oh, look, the coronavirus instantly curable.
Get some alcohol. Hangman Page said he's gonna be drinking whiskey.
Yeah.
Strong alcohol.
Cesaro tweets, empty arena, full house for the love of wrestling. And post side-by-side pictures of Cesaro and Bryan when they wrestle in a full house, full arena, or an empty arena. And the empty arena from last night. Murder Hawk pictures have been... They took a picture with the Murder Hawk and Jake Roberts behind him.
Murder Hawk is gonna kill you.
Lance Archer, gimmick. Everybody dies.
Have you seen my Murder Hawk art?
Yeah, I saw it. I thought it was just a picture with filters in it.
Pretty much.
So basically, it wasn't art. It was just you putting pictures. Oh, what's this? Oh! Someone asked, what is a Murder Hawk exactly? Lance Archer tweeted, yup, and it posted a picture and posted a short video of him hitting Kota Ibushi with the Kamagoye. Oh, even 205 Live was empty arena tonight. And Kushida was there.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, oh, Kushi.
Why are you on two? Uh-oh.
You know, he was on 205 Live before, remember?
Yeah, but doesn't mean you should be on it. Austin is to be on Raw this week. Or on Monday. Well, I actually wanted to discuss this. The possibility of, for a while, WWE actually running the rest of their shows build up to Mania at the Performance Center. That would suck for the trainees because they're going to get less training in. Right?
Sounds about right, yeah.
Like, I mean, come on. You need, at this point, if you're really keen on going through with Mania and making sure none of your stars that will be competing at Mania are sick with the coronavirus, I think it's smart to do it at the Performance Center and with no one in the building.
Mania at the Performance Center in the arena? Ew!
I mean, if it's run by Triple H, then it'll be a better Romania.
You know what? You're right. Continue.
Because SmackDown was basically run by Triple H instead of Vince this week. So, we don't discuss NXT UK or 205 Live because they weren't on TV. So, we don't have to worry about reviewing those. So we're in the clear of viewing those, so we don't have to do that, and we don't have to go through the torture of. So I don't have to go through the torture of watching all this wrestling.
Our next topic, 2K20 is actually good. I'm playing.
No.
The new DLC moves are good though.
Maybe.
Look at mommy's face. So basically, like, all the food in the supermarket is sold out. My mom got the last batch of food. Now it's an actual struggle because now there's less food. So, like, what are we gonna do? So somebody needs to do something about this coronavirus before niggas start starving.
All right, the card for AEW Dark has been announced. It is going to be Peter Avalon versus Colt Cabana. And then we get Christopher Daniels versus Stu Grayson.
Somebody unmasked man.
Penelope Ford versus Rio. And then 2HT versus Michael Nakazawa and Brandon Cutler.
You mean not
TH2, I'm sorry.
TH2 is ass.
I like Jack Evans and Angelico, though.
Yeah,
it's a shame what they've done with them.
They're obviously not going to be a push due to the fact that the fans barely give them a reaction.
All right, then the card for ICW No Holds Barred. I think ICW New York No Holds Barred Volume 2 has been announced. Big F and Joe versus Matt Tremont. Pan Pagano versus Nick Gage. Homicide versus Shalak.
I gotta hide some of my tweets.
Chris Dickinson versus Shazza McKenzie. Tony Deppen versus Mr. Aguila S.A. Rios. And Casanova Valentine versus Reed Bentley. It'll be taking place in White Eagle Hall, New Jersey City, New Jersey. So, I want to ask who you invited real quick. Because right now we're in the middle of a podcast, damn it, and we haven't gone past an hour yet. We went through our topics so fast. We sped through our fucking topics this week. I thought this would be a longer show because of how many topics we had, but I guess not.
Did you see my other tweets and replies?
Your other tweets and replies?
If you scroll down a little bit. Tweets and replies.
Hold on.
It's Hey I'm B.
Oh, Hey I'm B?
Yeah, look at my reply. She said, "What's on your mind?"
What? Hey, at this rate, I can date her because I'm 18, so. All right, let me find your fucking tweet. Let me find your fucking Twitter account. I'm going to start reading your Twitter. All right. Your banner is the best friends in Orange Cassidy. With a fucking filter. Tweets and replies. All right, here we go. Who's ready to read Jumper's tweets and replies? So we got Big Righteous. Hey, at WWE Games. Since the latest 2K20 patch, loading into create a moveset takes 3 times as long. Seriously, guys. Why does every single patch make things worse? Kerem Gibran, Tyrodosarin, should I sell 2K20 to buy back 2K19? And Jumper said, servers going down in a few weeks. Are they actually?
Yeah.
Oh shit, they're already shutting down the servers?
In May.
And then Smack Talk said all 45 new DLC moves, Empire of Tomorrow DLC, and posted a YouTube link. And Jumper said they added the Judas effect. And then for the next 2K patch, 2K20 posted, you asked for online entrances, please. And Hey I'm B asked, "What's on your mind?" And you, oh, that's right. I saw this tweet. You just zoomed in on her cleavage. You pervert.
Let me delete that.
You pervert.
Look at that. Look at the next one. Coronavirus. It's coming. 2013.
Weren't we all expecting the end of the world back in 2012? And it never happened?
But look, this dude Marco, coronavirus. It's coming. And this was June 3rd, 2013. And I sent that little video. And then we got Scorpio Sky. I just flipped the switch.
I saw that on TikTok. Trust me.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. You know, I'm glad I get all this attention from Lance Archer, man. He likes all of my posts.
Does he follow you?
Does he follow? Sadly, no. You know, that's kind of weird.
Oh, you're being followed by AAW.
Yeah, I'm being followed by a whole company.
And so am I. Boston Wrestling MWF also follows both of us.
I was like, oh, look, I'm being followed by a whole wrestling company.
You're being demonetized on Twitter.
Who, me?
Yeah, person called Demonetization follows you.
Oh.
How are you getting followed by Chelsea Wayland?
She follows me?
Yeah.
Let me see where. Hey, see this.
From TikTok. Fuck's sake, man.
Oh, she follows me.
She's been following you, and I was like, how the fuck did you get her to follow you? I talk about wrestling 24/7, and I can't even get her to follow me. Pro Wrestling Tees follows you.
Pro Wrestling Tees follows me. Yeah, I was happy about that.
Are you actually being followed by any actual wrestlers?
You know, I gotta see.
I'm being followed by a guy who's trained by Rampage Brown.
I'm being followed by a guy who's trained by Cedric Alexander.
Fuck's sake. Who am I being followed by? I only have fucking 27 followers. Can people follow me on Twitter, please? At Maddie _Cage.
Are you followed by Soul Ebony Cupcross?
Who am I being followed by? I'm being followed by Shreddy Breck. No DQ _Big G. I'm being followed by IWA Mid-South, Violence X Suffering, Skull and Bones Pro Wrestling, which is coming soon, SLTD Wrestling.
I'm being followed by this popular guy named Matty Cage.
I'm being followed by Prestige Wrestling and Bar Wrestling. You know who Bar Wrestling is, right? What Bar Wrestling? That's a promotion run by Joey Ryan. So I can basically say Joey Ryan kind of follows me.
You know Pro Wrestling Tees was the first people to ever follow me?
What'd you do to get them to follow you?
I don't know.
Well, I have more followers than you than your Twitter on my TikTok. So, how many TikTok top followers do I have? Can all of you follow me on TikTok too, please? Thank you. At Hilton Matt, HYLTONMATT. No space, no underscore.
No space, no underscore. What's on my Instagram? What's going on?
What's my TikTok follower count is 561.
This is cool.
Wait a minute. How many followers does Scorpio Sky have on TikTok? Wait. I'm about to check how many followers he has on TikTok. Wait. How many followers does he have? Fuck, 880.
That's sweet.
I thought I had more followers than him for a second.
Nope, you ain't special. Fight all by yourself. Welp. Are we
Fuck's
done
sake.
with the podcast, Tito?
Yes, we are. This is the end of the podcast, people. Are you going to be back next week, Jumper?
Perhaps. If
All
I
right.
don't get coronavirus.
All right, we passed an hour into the podcast like 12 seconds ago, so we will see you fellas next week. I will see you guys tomorrow for CAW Reloaded 20 pay-per-view, which is also the 1-year anniversary pay-per-view of CAW. See you guys next time.
Cue the generic YouTube music.
Fuck's sake, dude.
What'd I do?